Hello and welcome back to Changing Room Thoughts. Woo! We are back in the PNT Knitwear studio. Thank you so much for having me. And as you can see, I have two very special guests. You may have seen them on your FYP. Today, I have with me Mr. Edward Parr.
Hello.
And Ari Arvan.
Hi.
Otherwise known as Girl Boss Babe on TikTok. Edward is the king of the corporate slay, but also he's a model. He is a fashion content creator, and he has one of the best style of anyone that I ever know. Not to mention, he has the coolest hair too.
God,
And
you're
he
really
DIY'd
gassing
it.
me up. Yeah, I'm a DIY girly for sure.
Yeah.
If I can do it myself, I'll just do
In
it.
this economy.
In this economy, yeah. Wow,
Yes.
thanks for gassing me up.
Of course.
I feel like I should have worn more than just a black turtleneck to match the description, but you know.
Well, tell us a
You're
little
giving
bit
quite
about
luxury.
your outfit. Exactly.
About my outfit. Honestly, I just got new boots. I need to break them in. So that's why I started that from the base.
Do you choose shoes first?
No, I just choose like what is like the item that I really want to wear today, and then I kind of go from there.
Fun.
Yeah, that's like usually it. And then this, I was like, I feel like all my tops are slutty, and they're either.
Is a turtleneck slutty?
No, it's not. That's why I chose it. I feel like a lot of my tops are very slutty, either slutty or like very, heavy for. I don't know how warm this room is,
Right.
or anything, and I'm gonna have chicken tenders after this, so I can't wear anything too precious and too slutty. So a turtleneck was a very tasteful option for me. So here we are,
Cute.
Very thoughtful.
and I'm breaking in the boots, which is the most important thing for today.
Is a,
All right,
a
will it
little
fit?
maybe.
Ooh.
Oh, where are they from?
They're from Marcel. I've
Oh.
wanted boots from Marcel for a very long time because I feel I love Andermühlmeister, but everyone has those boots and they're also 2 racks. So how about less than 2 racks
Yeah.
and something that less people have? Marcel.
Okay.
But yeah.
Thanks
those
for
are
putting us
boots.
on.
And then this is a Alexis Batar cuff that I wanted and my boyfriend got me for Christmas. So
Cute.
shout out to Kevin. Thank you for this beautiful bracelet.
And Ari. I'm really excited to have Ari on the podcast as well because she has the most biting, witty, funny commentary on TikTok. She read Kylie Jenner for filth.
Oh my god, do not get me started on Kylie Jenner.
our favorite fashion designer.
Absolutely.
Designer of the year. Not to mention she has incredible personal style and, as you can tell, an amazing color scheme. Tell us a little bit about your outfit today.
Okay, so I chose this Acme bag also because one of my favorite collections was a Balmain one, so I was trying to stay on theme with that. And then this is a Coach jacket, and I thrifted this. Oh, and then this necklace or choker is from Mademoiselle Mermaid on Etsy. Yeah, I just randomly found it, and I left her a good review, and then she sent me a handwritten letter, which is so cute. Like, that is the cutest thing ever. So
We love supporting emerging designers and small businesses.
Exactly.
sure.
Everybody check out Mademoiselle Mermaid on Etsy. But yeah,
It's very
And I
Betsy
was, like,
Johnson.
doing
Oh, I love that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the ultimate inspo. So I'm glad you caught on to that.
You know.
You get me.
You know.
What are you wearing? Tell us about
Yeah,
your
Oh my
outfit.
god, Miss Kimberly Noel, the Skims dress, your lounge dress can do no wrong. I literally like lounge, commute, like podcast, everything. It just works. My saving grace is these Bonnie and Clyde glasses that aren't even prescription.
No, I fully endorse.
It's just for the aesthetic. It's just so that I can do this.
Yeah.
She's an office siren.
Yes. Yes. I'm also wearing some earrings that I thrifted that are very kind of remind me of Nana, like the anime. And then I actually thrifted these
I
together.
love that necklace.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like the pairing.
It's very Catholic core in a dark way.
Office
Yeah.
siren Catholic core
She's doing
With-
it all.
with the skims in
Yes.
the skims.
Yes. All of your aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
I am not just one aesthetic. I'm all of them. These are your hosts today. Woo!
So excited.
Yes, and today we're covering a very exciting topic, Couture Week. It just ended, so we have a lot to cover. We pulled some of our favorite looks and just looks we want to talk about in general, so let's get started. First up, Jean-Paul Gaultier by Simmon Rocha.
Yeah. This was an obvious ad for me. Do we know any other designer doing a collaboration with Couture? I don't think so, right?
No.
I think that's what was very interesting to me from like the business side of things, like what goes into choosing and working with like a specific designer each time. I think Simone's just obviously had like an insane trajectory. This is just, I mean, also with craft and just this out of box thinking. So I think definitely made her a really good candidate. I was very, very excited about the show. And I think it was just a beautiful blend of house codes and references. But then also thinking about what couture is in 2024, it's like part PR, like from a business side, I guess, it's like part PR, it's part like inspiring people and then your consumer. And then it's also like truly your couture clients also need something. And I feel like the show hit every mark so beautifully. So this show had everything, something for everyone. And yeah, we can go deeper, but that's just like my high level take so far.
Thank you for that analysis. I also think it's really interesting how Jean-Paul Gaultier does all of these collaborations, because there was also Glenn Martin's Chitose Abe a while ago.
I think so.
I think he does this like recurring
and every
thing.
single one is so incredible. Like,
Yeah.
I hope this series never ends.
Ader Ackerman and Balmain was also recent, at least for couture. Yeah, I saw the TikToks of him reacting to the show live, and everyone was commenting that he just looks like a really proud dad.
Yeah.
And I couldn't agree more. I thought it was so beautiful. He seems so happy.
He's been doing this for such a long time and has so many house codes other people can design on, that taking a back seat and like letting other people infuse their own creativity and innovation on it. I think it's really self-aware, because sometimes like people don't know when to stop. Yeah,
I agree. I also just think the house codes between these two designers have so much overlap.
Yeah.
So it just works so naturally. Like nothing seems forced. This truly just seems like they all share one brain and they created like all these beautiful designs. I love the dress on the right, the pink one. I like the corsetry from JPG, but then kind of combining that with these like loose ribbons. So there's not tight corsets, you know, it's like a looser weave. And I think that is so Simone. Silhouette is also very Simone. I just think the way both codes are just referenced is just so well done.
The stripes done with wavy ribbon on the left, that look, that was one of the first looks where I was, house code, but like done in a very Simmon Rocha way, who's very iconic for her use of ribbons. And I thought that was really, really cool, along with like the whole sailor theme.
Yeah,
the sailor hats, I love those.
And I noticed Gaultier, one of like the iconic things is like the cone bra, right? But she had the ones with like the cone bras with the hooks.
No, Kim has some competition with the nipple bra.
Nipple bra could never.
I'm just excited to also see who is going to be lucky enough to wear these on the red carpets and all the ceremonies this coming year. I mean, these are gowns. These are gorgeous. And they're going to know exactly where it's from. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Also, can we talk about the makeup? I thought that was
Yes.
so well done. Like, just all of the small details that she added, and also those earrings that they're beaded, actually, which is so crazy. I'm obsessed.
I love the ones that look like almost like hydrangeas, like earrings at the... And there were also the ones that were made out of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something like so dark feminine about it that I love. Yeah.
And also the flower applique on the arms. I think that's so beautiful. I haven't seen anything like that ever.
Yeah.
Also, I love that one of the guests brought their dog with them, and it was also wearing a corset. What a stylish dog.
Snatched.
I'm obsessed. Yeah. This was such a good collection.
This was really good.
I'm
And
really
I feel
excited
like-
for the next guest will be.
Yeah. I also think we're going to see people DIY these hats everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it. I was like, how hard is that to make? How can I make the little corset detail on the
Yeah.
brim? That was really cool.
Honestly, more hats for 2024. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, it's cold out. Wear a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our next show. Oh, I'm such a Daniel Roseberry fangirl, but Schiaparelli by Daniel Roseberry. This collection was really interesting because everyone called it like the Schiaparellian, like alien collection, because there were many aspects of blending the future and the past. There was like a mother with this monkey baby that was covered in motherboard chips and hardware. It reminded me of
There was like old phones in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that one McQueen collection. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I think it was like a 2000s McQueen Givenchy Couture collection where he literally had like wires like threaded through like the garments and things like that. It was very Matrix looking. I feel like Daniel Roseberry can do no wrong. And also he has influenced all of the other designers around him. I think Balmain was also very Schiaparellian in a way.
Yeah. Well, because they realize it works. And that's what people like to see.
Yeah, it's consistent.
Yeah.
You'll always find some kind of like big structural element to the garments that like sticks out past the body and like projects more figure. Like that kind of panel on the front. And I remember there was also like this lace part of the front of the corset that went like all the way up to the face like a mask. But I think that jacket is like the best thing ever.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Those are like an oyster.
Oh my God. And it's almost fluid, but it's so structured.
Yeah.
I think for me, like, I don't know about y'all, but recently, especially recently, I've just been very jaded by how terrible the quality of every piece of clothing is.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, even like every scarf is made of plastic, like every sweater is made of plastic, every coat is made of plastic. I recently saw a Kate coat, a wool coat. It was like half polyester. And I was so discouraged by that just because of, wow, there's literally nothing left for anyone. I don't know if we're running out of wool. Maybe that's a fair argument. I don't know these things.
We're
Elias
definitely
took
not
it all.
wrong.
Yeah, they just take all of, they have all of it. Yeah, but just for me, I think Couture and also Daniel Roseberry especially, it's like beautiful clothes exist.
Yeah.
Not within my price tag, but it
But
does
someone can
exist.
Nice to know it's out there.
And just like,
Yeah.
honestly, just seeing it at least reminds me that these things are possible. Just because there's someone like changing the standards every time. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just my more personal thought while looking at all of these beautiful pieces.
Yeah. To your point about like the role that couture extravaganza plays from a business perspective, like giving you these aspirational things to look forward to, in addition to being red carpet fodder. A lot of people, me included, have never heard about Schiaparelli until like the last couple years. Daniel Roseberry made it relevant again. And if I were to go into a department store and see a little Schiaparelli section, I am now more enticed to walk into that section, take a look at what I might possibly be able to acquire. So even if these clothes are unattainable, there's so much marketing value that gets people just to even pay attention to a brand or like take a gander into a store. I love the belt detail on like the sides. It's very sexy.
Yeah, there's something like old Versace about it in a way. Just like the gold and black and these a ton of hardware.
Yeah.
There's definitely, I mean, it's giving that too, honestly.
And I love the necklace with it too.
And I also find it fascinating how the shape of the jacket on the left, even though it's not exactly like the white jacket, the texture is completely different. But if you take the knots into consideration, the shape is like the same.
And I think when they looked close up at the knots, it was also hair, which this is the second show that we're seeing 2 out of 2 for now. With hair.
Hair is the newest successor of
It's
2024.
newest success.
Yeah.
We love sustainability.
Yeah. Natural fibers.
Wow, that is
Biodegradable.
biodegradable natural fibers. And I do like that concept that it's a human byproduct. So these clothes are, I guess, conceptually an extension of the human body. Like we saw with the Simmon earrings, it's like hair growing out of your ears in the shape of a bow. Same with this coat. It's like growing out of your body. So I do think, I think with both of these shows that we've seen so far, it's really about like thinking past the current human experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also with the nods of technology, it's kind of like, where are we going? Kind of a question.
Also, I'm pretty sure the Oppenheimer soundtrack was playing for the show.
Oh,
It's just like
really?
his mind.
Oh my God. He's so in touch. Okay, this I also added. Victor and Rolf always makes me think. Recently, personally, I've been very into the idea of addition through subtraction in all aspects of my life. And this show was a visual representation of that for me, of just the potential you can reach and the boundless ways you can change your life and your POV, the way you build yourself up, just simply by subtracting. You don't need more things. You don't need more people. You don't need more resources. You just need to reimagine what you already have and apply it in a different way. This has hit me at the right time kind of thing, but I just thought conceptually this was incredible. But this was such a simple concept, but so well executed. I don't know. That's like the top of mind for sure.
Oh my God, you're so deep. You're so philosophical.
I'm in my angsty era right now. I'm very angsty, so everything's personal.
Do we have a sound effect for this? That's the wrong one.
That's a different kind of personal. Okay.
I also think that something Victor and Rolf is always going to give you is, make you think about structure. Like their last couture collection with like the off-kilter dress was really interesting. It's abstract and surreal in a way that Schiaparelli is not. And I like what you said about subtraction here, because the absence of something makes you think about how that was taken away. Like that skirt, the high-low skirt, it looks like something just literally like bit it off.
Yeah.
And that's very fascinating. And like the holes in the collar, you wonder, like, did someone like burn a hole through that? Or
It reminds me of Robert One a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm excited to get into that one.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. I also just love, like, as you take away, you see more. Like, you see new lines, you see new shapes, you see new silhouettes as you take away. Like, the idea on the way left, you just, like, you barely see their legs, for example. But as you take away, you see legs more, and that just changes the entire overall look. And I think that's really special. But I think to your point, I think Victor and Rolf, their take on things is definitely way more literal. For example, like, I think Daniel Roseberry is a bit more conceptual. If you want to compare to the previous one we just saw, they're definitely way more literal. So that's always been an interesting thing for me. Random, but talking about the business side of things, I watched a video on Victor and Rolf today, like a breakdown, and it seems that their moneymaker still is their fragrances.
Yeah, that totally
And that
makes
was
sense to
very
me.
interesting to me. I think
That
out
doesn't
of
surprise me.
most of the brands we'll see, like designers we'll see today, they don't necessarily have, they also have like ready to wear, they have like accessories, like they have everything. But Victor and Rolf do all of this on the back of a few fragrances. And I think that's very interesting. I'm sure there's clients that buy their clothes.
Right.
But yeah, not much ready to wear. They have some historically, but
Because if
it's
you
not a
think
big thing.
about it, like couture, okay, I think to public knowledge, we do not see like a majority of these collections being sold or picked up by people. We only see like a few picked by stylists and then placed on celebrities for red carpet moments. Partially because like the patrons that actually buy this shit are like low profile and high net worth, but also like even if you sold like a good percentage of your couture collection, like the cost of producing couture is insane because there's some variance in like how much of it is hand done, but it's a lot of labor, and not just any labor, but highly skilled labor too. So it doesn't surprise me that couture isn't their money maker, but it's what creates like brand marketing for them. And fragrances, I actually have a podcast episode where I got into like prestige fragrances, and I was researching like the costs and everything, because something I noticed was like the rise in popularity of Arabic perfumes on TikTok. I was looking into it and like, why are they so cheap in comparison? And the wear is so much longer, and it's all because of the fragrance oil. And you get a higher percentage of that in Arabic fragrances. But in European prestige fragrances, it's literally diluted with alcohol to give an ephemeral quality. So they're intentionally giving you a weaker product and selling it to you for way, way more. There's some like nuance to that. Some people don't want to smell like the same thing all the time because fragrance oil is incredibly strong and it'll last like even if you take a shower, and that bothers some people. But for the most part, it's a cash cow. It makes so much money. Yeah.
I mean, that's why every brand has a beauty line in general. Like the margins are crazy. Also, if you think about SKUs, minus the foundation, where if you have a wide shade range, it's like a lot of shades. Clothing is crazy number of SKUs because it's number of colorway. For ready to wear, it's like colorways times number of sizes. So your SKUs multiply so quickly. While with like a fragrance, it's one thing in 100 mLs, 250 mLs, or the 50 mLs, or a travel size roller. That's literally it. But it's the same fragrance inside. So I think that's why they love it, because it's so easy relatively.
And the production is like not nearly as complicated as apparel manufacturing. Like you got to grow the cotton, then you got to weave the cotton into textile, then the textile has to be cut and sewn by someone else, and it's always like this international supply chain. It's like incredibly complicated. This is a very interesting problem that I'm excited to see like people in our generation solve a little bit better from a sustainability standpoint, and also just like cutting down on like shady labor practice standpoint.
Oh yeah, I added this because I feel like Cindy Kimberly is such an it girl, and I love she has the kiss marks on her face. I think that's such a cute makeup look. I'm obsessed with this.
No, Cindy Kimberly has been killing
it. Like every photo shoot she does is incredible. I'm obsessed with her. Also her line, it's so cute.
Wait, I did not know she had a line.
Yeah, I'm forgetting which brand it's under, but it's called Loba. It's like lots of lingerie type looks, and it's like very girly. Yeah, I love her.
The collective gasp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's more appropriate there for sure.
I love that every look is such a character. He is just incredible, and he honestly kind of reminds me of Alexander McQueen in a way. Also with the horror that he
This couture season really made me miss Alexander McQueen, honestly, because Galliano for Margiela really made me think of McQueen because of how dark it was and the undercurrent of like seedy British prostitution, you know what I mean? And also this, like the literal like murder motif that keeps like showing up, and I love how dark it's gotten. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say Robert's client is also pretty sexy. Which isn't a word I use a lot for couture because it's usually
artistic, conceptual.
But sexy is a concept, and it's beautifully done here. I do think that's for me like the difference between Robert 1 and say like McQueen. Definitely a very sexy silhouette going on.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like when I think about it, the people I remember wearing Robert 1 are Thames and Eileen Gu, and both of those dresses were very like cut and tailored very tight to the body. And I feel like where he puts the artistic element is in the embellishing. Like, I remember the blood coat from last year had like those ostrich feathers that
that
and here like the blood again is really like a ton of like embroidered crystals that have been done in a very abstract way.
I'm obsessed
all
with
of
the
the
hat.
details are the hat. I've never seen anything like that. It's
also
just
so simple.
breathtaking. Yeah.
It's just so cunt. I don't have
and
another
also
word.
like the makeup too. The blood going
Yes.
down the face. Oh
I love that he brought the umbrella hat back too.
yeah. Honestly, like all the hats he had in there are so good.
It's good to see that he's not like a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
He has a consistency with the way that the umbrella, the crystals that have been embroidered in a way to evoke a certain element.
I've never seen anything like it. Yeah.
And is that the look on the left? Is that like a stuffed doll? Or
I
was
think
that like a
so.
real person?
no, it's like attached to the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
so I
it's
guess it's
actually
like a
holding the
stuffed
strap.
doll. Yeah. That's so I need to see that in American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see Doja Cat pulling from this for her
Yeah.
Scarlet tour.
Definitely.
Because she's in her Dark Princess era. I'm here for it.
Yeah, anyone who wants a villain edit is gonna lean into this.
Yeah. Okay. Margiela
Uh,
from John Galliano.
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't been this wowed by a collection in a while, honestly. And there was just so many references to his body of work. And just like the way the models walk, like this was truly a performance that was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting to think about Galliano's history with theater design. Like, he's done costuming for a lot of theater and has a very theatrical mind. And seeing that play out in his designs is so fun because, like, I feel like I've seen this rhetoric on TikTok, but he, like, transports you into a different world.
Yeah.
Something that I find very fascinating about this collection is about, like, proportion of the body. Like, he really manipulated this collection. And I kind of saw it as well in Simmon Rocha. Like, the striped ribbon sweater had, like, side pads on the shorts. And I don't know if that's just, like, a trend or if they discussed this before they designed collections or something like that. But, like, the models, of course, they have big bosoms, big birthing hips. And I find that very, very fascinating. And I love that transparent skirt, like the transparent skirt with the little, like, stripes. Oh, so divine.
Also, I love the like bush underwear.
Yes.
I think that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very like Jack the Ripper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even the way that the mesh of that dress is colored blue a little bit, kind of, it's giving very like Corpse Bride.
Yeah. I think for me it was the makeup.
Yeah,
Yes.
the makeup was Pat McGrath. Really, where would the fashion industry be without her?
Yeah.
Honestly,
The
my God.
shine.
they look like porcelain dolls.
Yeah.
It's just
It was everything. I mean, it's porcelain dolls, but then it's also kind of sweaty in a way. It looks almost wet.
or like waxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to your point, I love the way that they kind of like walk,
you
like
around.
Yes.
zombie walk.
No, the two models walking in unison is just like
That
in the
was-
fog. Oh my god, it's like a scene from a movie. It's nothing I've seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really read the show notes, I'm going to be honest. So I was kind of spitballing about the whole Jack the Ripper thing, but it really, like, I think the scene he transported me to was I'm in a seedy underground part of London and, like, I'm seeing, like, women of the night walk around and, like, do their shady deals.
Yeah, I feel like there were so many different references in the collection, and also like some of the models looked like they had like the bubonic plague or something, like based on how they were walking. Like it was interesting, like the variation of walk.
Yeah.
The show, it just really made me feel inspired, and I don't know, I have no words.
I'm really living for this era of, like, dark aesthetics. Something within me, I think it's a collective subconscious that is kind of reawakening about, I don't know, villainesses in a way. That's just very appealing to me lately.
Also, like the Cruella or the Alaya jackets that reminded
Yes.
me of Cruella. Yes.
Oh my, the whole mob wife thing?
Yeah, no, forget that. It's Cruella.
It's Cruella.
It's
Yeah.
Cruella core. Yeah, I just had to add more of the details. Oh, also,
bush.
the plate is made out of leather, which is crazy. Yeah. The same designer who made the wet dress for Zendaya. Yeah. And that is incredible. Just the amount of detail that went into this collection is just
That beat
amazing.
is insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that makeup is incredible. How pink they got the complexion, smooth. And okay, I feel like Galliano, if you look at early Dior too, he does this a lot with his makeup. It's like the thin eyebrow with the really dramatic flush eye makeup too. That is both, like, I think this was in his like more BDSM collection and stuff, but and the yellow blush, insane. It's so like grotesquely beautiful.
Yeah. And
Which I feel like is his branding.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And on the right, top right, those boots are tabbies. And for me, I feel like he reads the comments.
Yeah.
And people go, those look like hooves. He's like, these
I'll
are
give
hooves.
you, yeah.
I'll give you a hoof. If you want a hoof that badly, I'll give you a hoof.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's an interesting note, Karina, that you're making so far about this dark energy, whether it be through something more somber or all these like villainesses going down the runway. I think it does kind of speak to our times. And then there's the Schiaparelli side of things where it's trying to envision the future and like what's coming soon. But I think it all is under this umbrella of like uncertainty at the moment. I feel like, are we in a recession, within a recession? How I feel like people just don't feel secure at the moment. So I think your notes there all kind of fit within how people are truly feeling, and maybe that is kind of the general theme that the designers are feeling too when they take time to reflect and think about what to create in this kind of world, in this kind of environment. So
Yeah.
definitely some dark energy going on.
Yeah, and I think I'm always kind of thinking about all of this from the lens of feminism as well, whether or not this is a reaction to whatever the current stance of the patriarchy is. Like, I think about the idea of women dressing women in Simone Rocha, for example, and she has incredibly like traditionally feminine motifs in her design pattern, like bows and the ribbon
Like
and
baby
the
doll
frills
silhouettes.
and the baby doll silhouettes. Even something about that is kind of dark though. I don't
Yeah.
know why or how she manages to convey it that way, but it's dark in a way that Sandy Liang is not. I feel like that's kind of how I differentiate them sometimes. But I kind of wonder about that in the context of everybody talking about, oh, soft life, soft girl, you know. Maybe I'm like reading too much into it, but part of my attraction to the villainess and kind of the dark woman, the tortured soul, is almost in reaction to that, because I personally like don't ascribe to that like thinking. I don't know if that made any sense.
No, I think that makes sense. I think there's been a big narrative around how feminism is visualized through style and trends, where I think we first out with like the girl boss era, where everyone was power suits, men's clothes only, like big shoulders, like all of that. And then I think the reaction to that, because there has been a negative reaction to girl bossing, where they're, well, I don't know if this is the solution. There has been a lean into hyperfeminism and like hyperfeminine traits. Like, I guess that's where you can think about like Simone Rocha and coquette girl aesthetics, where it's like an emphasis on bows and the emphasis on leaning into your feminine, like anti-girl boss, basically. And I think that's why within that, we're then emerging into like the soft core aesthetic, where that's more of like a reaction to the hyperfeminine, like coquette aesthetics, where now it's more about, okay, let's be realistic. Let's be more realistic. I can still lean into my feminine energy, but let's do that through like a mohair sweater, Something soft. Something like Paloma wool. Very that. You know, I think that's kind of where people are leaning. But yeah, there is a darkness to it where I think that's where the reality hits.
Yeah. I don't want to be a good girl.
Yeah. And I think
fuck
that's the
some
other
shit
argument. You can't be a good girl and win. It's just not.
Yeah,
in this
that's true.
In this economy, you can't be a
Yeah.
good girl and win.
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
That's so
Anyways.
true. Maybe that's what is so compelling about a villainess is because, you know, you think about Miranda Priestley, like, she's a bitch, but you respect her.
Yeah.
You know? Like, villainesses, there's something very empowering about them. And just like the fact that they're being denigrated by society makes you root for them a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I really liked Miss Sohee's first collection.
I feel like there were some looks that I really liked. The blue two-piece. I feel like a lot of them really reminded me of princesses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the way that I would describe Miss Sohee is that
Those look like Barbie dresses.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's very Barbie dress, which
But I don't hate it.
Almost like
I liked it.
Disney princess
Yeah.
dresses.
Yeah, even especially like the little amulet in the center too.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I think of Miss Sohee, Miss Sohee's Korean, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think of old school Korean manga, like princesses.
Yes.
With like the big Sailor Moon like eyes,
Yeah.
like pre Sailor Moon, or I guess similar era, where they wore all these beautifully embellished dresses like these. Like
Yeah.
literally, I feel like I've seen the dress in the middle here in an old Korean princess manga, and I wonder if that's where that kind of like I feel like where that might be where she gets a lot of her inspiration. But there is a client out there. Like
Yeah.
Miss Sohee is a very specific client, and she's giving it exactly how they want it.
This is definitely like red carpet material for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
last year, I feel like a lot of people wore Miss Sohee, and her gowns were very like amenable to that. Like there were some structured parts, and there were a lot of traditionally beautiful things about her dresses, like the whole mermaid idea, the petals coming out of the hips, and we saw a bit of that as well here.
Yeah.
But I really liked how weird some of her colors were. I don't know what material that gown in the middle is, and that is a weird combo. It's
It
like
is.
bronze and then like a ruby that is like a duochrome purple.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
I do
don't
like
know.
it.
Yeah, I feel like it works.
Yeah, there's something like a little bit like grandma about it that's also really endearing. But then like the dress on the left is very like sexy, like everything is very princess, but this one's very fancy club to me. I don't know. I
Oh my
can't
god, you're
unthink
right.
that. I can't unthink
that
it.
skirt.
I feel like the skirt,
It's
yeah.
very fancy club.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's talk about him. Rahul Mishra. So Rahul Mishra employs all Indian craftsmen, craftswomen who have a very long history of embroidery arts. So all of his strong suit is always in embroidery. This collection was about insects. These hoops were meant to resemble petri dishes because like with the way climate change is going, in the future our kids are only really going to be able to learn about some of these insects by like reading about them in science class.
So depressing.
Oh my god.
So
That's
depressing.
so depressing. But he's so real for that.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. But that hoop, like I'm just like
I
looking
need
at
to see
this
that
and
on
I'm
a
like,
red carpet.
yeah, I'm like, how did he do that? Like, it's like attached to the front of the dress and like embroidered onto the dress, but I don't know, just like it makes you think about how it was even like engineered in the
Yeah, it's
first
like
place.
floating.
Yeah. There were a lot of like turbans, like about like, you know, what's it called? Like serpent whisperers, snake whisperers.
Snake charmers.
Snake charmers, yes. Yeah, I loved the gown on the left and like the green with the dragonflies. It was really cool. Oh,
That one's.
the lamp. That one was my favorite one. Because it's kind of like how when you turn on a lamp, like a bunch of moths.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just thought that was very cute and kishy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck is going to wear that, but that's really cool.
Just be walking into walls the whole time I show or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I love the breastplate, the metal one on the left. I think that's really stunning. I'm thinking.
Love a breastplate.
Right?
I want one.
Mars has one actually.
No
Oh my God,
way.
really?
He has a breastplate. Yeah.
Oh my God, I would just wear that all the time.
Oh my
Walk into the
God.
grocery store with my breastplate.
Okay, business
But also-
idea. Let's start a place that you can. It's like
Get
those
your body
places you can
scanned,
like
Sheila.
glaze your pottery, but in the back they make your own breastplate. Just dip your chest into like a pot. I think. Anyways,
Honestly, it should be pretty DIY-able. Right?
it's
Like,
a lot
you
of
just need, like, a
materials.
mold,
Yeah, you just need a. Once you get everything,
Yeah.
it's easy to keep pumping them out. But you just need to get a lot of material.
You've thought about how to make this.
I do want a breastplate. I do want a breastplate.
Gaurav Gupta, hit us up.
Hit us up.
Edward wants a breastplate.
You have a client here. I'll be a client.
I love the bra with the little.
Yeah.
What is
Are there
this?
hands?
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah.
That's really, really hot. That's red carpet. Yeah.
Hats
That's because Couture Week is so good. Oh. Exactly.
No. Okay, I feel like the person Vivian Viard has been designing for in the last couple Chanel collections has been a tween. You know how people have been saying that there's been a lack of tween spaces? I think they're all going to Chanel now. Like, I would not have put this on
No,
my...
I see that. It's just like, because
It's
honestly,
so
like,
awkward.
no, exactly. It's just honestly, it's mostly the styling, because that's what I'm looking at individually. These pieces, the dress on the right, without the sheer, like, black. Like, I just feel.
That's exactly...
With the Betsy
that's
Johnson flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the neckline, the second look. The competing necklines. And then
Yeah.
there's like a long sleeve underneath. And I read that this was supposed to be inspired by the ballet russes.
Mm.
Girl, you're about a year late on
No,
ballet core
literally.
A. B. I don't think you did the ballet russe really much homage, to be honest.
No, you really hit the nail on the head with the tween fashion. I feel like.
The look on the right. Like, it's like the kind of thing where your daughter comes to you and is wearing this revealing low-cut dress, and you're like, honey, you can't go to school looking like that. And they're like, but mom. You're like, okay, compromise, just wear a long sleeve underneath. That's what that looks like.
That's literally it.
The leotard, too, it's, oh, my mom, I'm going to a pool party. No, honey, you need to wear a rash guard. There are boys there. That's what it looks like.
I just can't.
It's so awkward.
So with all these creative directors leaving, when is it our turn?
Yeah. Oh, that's so fair. Okay, I'm glad we got a chance to talk about Couture Week, but I also love ready to wear, and it's mostly been menswear lately. But one
Alaya.
one collection I want to talk about is Alaya. Thank you, Couture, for bringing Alaya back a little bit, because I feel like everyone has been nostalgic for Azadine Alaya era. And the previous collections, I was, okay, this is exciting, but this collection brought it back for me. And it is entirely one fabric, merino wool, which I felt was so fascinating because a lot of these look like true like furs.
Someone also said online that every or most looks were done with one loop of yarn specifically that was then pulled out, pulled back in, pulled out, pulled back in to then create the garments, which is wild to me.
I put in the notes poodles because, and I don't want to summarize your work, Ari. You say it the best, but tell us a little bit about poodles in fashion, Ari.
Honestly, I feel like poodles in fashion are gonna make a comeback. The poodle skirts, I am ready for it. I made like a whole video breaking down about how poodles have been a statement in fashion and how they're just associated with the chicest dog, and I just think it's so interesting. And yeah, this jacket specifically is really giving poodle.
No, it really is. If you haven't seen that video, highly recommend you check it out. Or I'll just like edit it into the middle of the podcast episode right here. But I thought that that was like a very, especially with the resurgence of like quiet luxury,
Yeah.
beyond just like what you wear, everything else in your lifestyle, like all these membership clubs that are popping up, poodles being like kind of like a high maintenance looking dog. And this collection was also very like poodles, quiet luxury, mob wife aesthetic, except more than mob wife in this, I got like Cruella de Vil, which I think is like the ultimate villainess. But I love this jacket. Oh,
Yeah.
the way that they paired the big gold bangles with those big like puffy cuffs, like it's just so cunt. I love it.
It looks like a tassel. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed. Yeah.
And I loved how they had two variations of the look on the left. One that was more cheeky, that showed more like kind of underwear a la Miu Miu. And then another version with the look on the right, which had like kind of a hoop skirt, which was very like Bad Binge Tong Tong.
Yeah.
So I felt like this collection was in conversation with so many different things, but was also very much its own collection. Impressive, very impressive. Beyond the fact that this was all one material.
Yeah.
The Dalmatian shoe, obviously very Cruella, but it's these jackets that have me in a chokehold. Like,
That, you know, when the Saks pot jacket was a big deal, this is the elevated version of it in the middle here. Yeah, I think for me, the silhouettes are just so strong. And for me, there's something about all black outfits especially that are effective in showing your silhouette more than wearing colors, for example, because it isolates it specifically to that one thing, which is silhouette. And I think here, these just look like, they look like almost like shadow puppets from here.
Yeah.
They're just so sharp.
Yeah.
So sharp.
yeah, love it. Oh, this jacket on the right.
Yeah, I need that.
Peak
so good.
Cruella de Vil. Actually, someone in our office, fun fact, Edward and I work in the same company. So we get lunches together and we're like, hey, corporate fashion girlie. But someone at my office the other day told me that I dress like Cruella de Vil.
Okay, but that's the biggest compliment ever, honestly.
I know. I think he meant to be sassy, but I was like, thank you.
No, because I recently rewatched 101 Dalmatians, and her outfits are insane.
Hair,
Like,
makeup, outfits, everything.
The costume design of that, wow.
Yeah.
They deserve all the awards, seriously.
I think, isn't there like a live action series with like Emma Stone or
There,
something like
there was
Oh.
a movie, right?
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I should give that a watch.
Yeah, I think the costumes in that were good too.
All the animal print. Mob wife. That's our wrap of Fashion Week so far. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for giving us your guys' expert opinion. I loved hearing what all of you guys had to say. I'm sure our listeners do too. I'm sure they all also follow you. But thank you for this amazing collaboration and crossover episode, you guys. I'm so
had so
lucky
much
to have
fun.
friends
Thank
like
you.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
having us.
Yeah.
So honored.
this. Are there any plugs that you guys want to make?
Should I promote the fake account or no?
The what account?
There's a fake account out there.
Oh, yeah. Talk about that.
So there is a fake account that is trying to be a fake backup account of mine. And that's the thing. I'm not a big creator. I'm a small creator. And that's where I'm, dude, what's the point? Like, what are you trying to get out of this? Anyways, they repost all my videos as their own. And then they also message almost every single person that comments on my actual videos. They then message them directly saying, oh, this
my
is Edward. This is
God.
my backup account. And so I've gotten like dozens and dozens of people messaging me, hey, is this your... Anyways, it's been kind of a mess. And we've reported nonstop for weeks.
And they haven't
nothing's
taken it
happened.
down?
How long has this been going on?
Over like a month and a half.
What the hell?
Yeah. And
Does
I'm
someone really have
I also
an outfit?
shared. Yeah. I'm like, what do you want? At the end of the video, what do you want?
Are
You
they
need to channel
acting-
your inner villainess and get back at them.
Come for
Yeah.
them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wait,
shout out to that's my plug. That's my plug.
Shout out to my biggest fan. Are Are they DMing the people who comment on your things, like asking for money or
I don't
send
know.
you a gift card? Or
Everyone's like
something?
saying, oh, like I got messages that you wanted to get really close with me and get intimate. And I'm okay.
Whoa.
And it's crazy because even my boyfriend was getting all these alerts that someone was viewing his account because you can see and it was this account. And so they're literally stalking each person that engages with me.
That's so
Which is crazy. Again,
That
I'm a
is
small
crazy.
creator. There's nothing to gain. And reposting my videos won't do anything. I make $1 in creativity program data per video. What are you going to get for the 100 views on the version you make? I don't understand.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
what?
What is going on?
Is this personal? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Watch as I find out it's like my mom.
Stop.
Just trying to fuck with me. Anyways.
Aw, your mom is the cutest though. I love
No,
her.
she is. Maybe that's why. She's oh, he'll never think it's me.
She's like,
I
need
can't
to humble
trust
him.
anyone anymore.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway.
Any of you guys work at Instagram, please. I know we have some fashion tech girlies in there.
I think the Instagram one was removed.
Oh, okay.
But
It's
the TikTok
TikTok.
Oh,
class
they had
is
an
it.
Instagram one too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They're really dedicated.
Because they messaged my boyfriend, and my boyfriend's that's not a word. But yeah, on TikTok they're still there, and I've reported in every single way possible. I've had people report them for me. I've submitted screenshots, and each report was dismissed. But I will persist because I'm in
Yeah.
my villain era.
Exactly.
Yes. What about you, Ari? Any plugs?
For me, it's just my TikTok for now. Girl Boss Babe. So you can follow that if you want.
I'll put it somewhere on here. Well, thanks, guys, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.
Bye.